Look at all these giant people. Everybody's huge in here. Can I become huge? Destroyer of man? That's a dog. You see a doorway. Cool. Can I interact with the doorway that I see? Game. Why are you like this? Okay. I've looked closer into it, and yeah, like it seems like this might be like the oldest isometric RPG. Not to say it's the oldest CRPG, if you talk about CRPG being like computer RPG, like it's the evolution of the genre. Like, games took after this game in particular, but obviously like this game has a specific lineage of coming after Wasteland 1 and so on. Like this was a spiritual successor to Wasteland, essentially. And like there's more and more to that. Like it's definitely still standing on the shoulders of titans like everything else always is. But this specific, like, rendered from a specific angle RPG thing, it looks like it might have started with this game. So to some extent that highlights some of like the, like you start to get like, okay, that's why this thing's so fucking like weirdly broken. But at the same time, I still don't feel like it's unfair to criticize all these things just because it's like, either way the game existed and like was played. And like, while I might be useful, I might be used to things that are more playable, it's still full of just the weirdest elements. Like that whole fight with the Nightkin, where it's just like, how do I see anything or do any, like the fact that like this game in particular it struggles a lot with what to do with its camera angle. So like right now I'm visible through a wall, and like logically you think, oh, if I want to use a door, I walk up to the door. But when you walk up to the door is invisible, and then you can't click on the door, and it's just like then you gotta walk backwards just to click on the door. But then you might be encased in all of your party members and unable to move, and so you'd be like, I can't open the door, but I can't move. Like, there's just like, these are the kinds of things that it's just like, how did this end up like this? Or like the way that nobody else makes walls invisible, so like stuff could just hide behind walls. So like in that fight I was in, it's like, can you please hide the wall for all of the characters that are around me so I can do the fight, please? And, you know, maybe show allies as a different color from enemies, and so on, like things like that. Did the door close again? It did. Like, it's really weird to be like, oh, there's a door here, and then I interact with the door, and it's like, that's a door! Like, it's inspecting the door, and be like, that sure is a door! I'm like, yeah, can I open it? No! Clicking, or like holding to do the drop down, none of that brings up the option of using the door. I have to walk away from the door, apparently. I'm like, but the thing says I'm highlighting the door! So, like, I know you... That's when I start losing my mind a little bit. When this little feed down here is like, you see a door. I'm like, yes, can I door? Can I verb door instead of observe door? We're also getting further into the series of the videos coming out now, so we're seeing more and more that a lot of my most confused moments of this game, what happened is that down here in this text feed was a short sentence that explained what was happening in the plot, basically. And like, that's conceptually fine, except this part, which is that every second I'm in right-click mode. Look how fast this can populate when I'm moving my mouse around. Like, if for anyone that hasn't played this game before, I'm not clicking. This is not me. I'm not like adventure game, like asking the game, like, oh wow, what are all these things? What's that? What's that? What's that? Like, I just right-clicked once, and it's just in that mode. And while I drag over to whatever I'm trying to interact with, it just like gives me 12 pop-ups over here of every single thing I highlight in the moment that I highlight it. So it's just like a lot to go on. The game definitely could have used, and I think the resolution was a problem here, but it could have used two separate text feeds, one for all the nonsense and one for actually useful information. But also maybe more specifically, it may have been, because we've seen text over people's heads, right? It probably would have been smarter to do what adventure games do, which is that when you highlight something with your binoculars, have it say bunk bed, like by your mouse, instead of down here. with all this, because this is redundant as hell, and it's like, it's held as like a permanent record. Not permanent, but like as long as you're here. Look at this. You're making this text feed useless by filling it with nonsense that is only relevant for like a second, when it could be full of like all the stuff that people are saying, or like plot stuff, and so on. It also just does a little boop. That doesn't stand out that much, and you hear it too much because of all the times that you're highlighting things all the time. So that not only is the boop not mixed to be particularly loud or interesting, but it comes up constantly. So like one thing that I do think about is like Wasteland 2, I think, improved on the system, if I remember correctly, by having like printer paper. I think there was like printer paper down here in its text feed, and it had like a specific like printing sound, so it called attention to itself and had an animation of it printing the text. And so you would actually be more likely to notice like, oh shit, some kind of pop-up happened, and so there's like a continued information to read, and they were more selective about what information to put in that, so that it wouldn't fill up with like bunk bed. And like these, like elements like this were bad then. There's like an element of knowing better now that might even come from the fact that this game came out and all that, but that doesn't mean that these were good ideas when it happened either. So like I think these are fair criticisms, even if it's like obviously like there's elements of it that especially with Wasteland 1 and stuff like that, there's definitely elements that are specifically held back by memory limitations. Like I think I do suspect that there are so few character models in this game because of like disk storage or some shit back then. Like there's probably reasons for it. I don't especially, I could be wrong, but I don't especially think that it necessarily was like labor alone, but I don't know. It's a little hard to say just how hard these character models were to make. But yeah, we're in a bit of a cul-de-sac now. Let's move on. Please leave, you shouldn't be here. Hey, no initiates. The guard room's for guards, you're not a guard. You're in the guards room, therefore you should leave. Yeah, like those kind of pop-ups for things you're inspecting could have been useful for saying what they are. Having them be by your mouse, like adventure games of this era, I think, did. Good day, initiate. How can I help you? You could just fucking go for it. I don't think my character has a history of hitting people, or hitting on people. Those are different meanings. Let's see. Who's in charge of this hole? That's what I have a history of. Oh, how dare you talk like that about the Brotherhood? You are a member of our order now, and should be proud to be a member of the Brotherhood of Steel. Well, this is both too aggro and hypocritical because I'm from a vault, so yeah, right. Reason the library during the day if you ever have technical questions. Just have to figure out what the library was. But yeah, some of those text feed things happened in that I went to like... When I went to the vault that the water chip was supposed to be in, and it wasn't, my one clue was that a little message popped up here being like, yo, there's no water chip, I guess. I should leave. And if I remember correctly, it popped up in the middle of a fight! Like I was fighting! So even if I wasn't inspecting stuff, this whole thing was gonna fill up with text about the fight. And it was like, you should leave, this wasn't worth it. And I think when I was in my vault and they spawned me in the computer lab, and I was like, okay, they put me here, I guess I'm supposed to do something, because that's like a logical conclusion to draw, is I should figure out what to do here, because they put me here. I must have to like interact with the computer. But when I spawned there, the text feed already said, well, I have already finished doing my logging of my stuff. I better leave now. And it's just like, fuck. And the messages, the relevant plot stuff that shows up in here is so infrequent that you don't even know to look there consistently. It's almost entirely noise down here, so it's just a really mismanaged part of the game. I wish I was trading right now. The guard duty is a waste of time. This is like an inordinate number of people that are in full body armor. Like, this is power armor, right? Isn't this stuff expensive? It requires a power source that depletes over time. Having this many people fully suited up this often, even though they have armored doors that keep people out, seems like a bit much. I don't know, maybe it takes a long time to get into one of these suits, but it feels like the guards out front might be enough. They're supposed to like not even be letting people in, really. I guess they let me in though. Well, I had to go on like a suicide mission to get in. Yeah. Are all these guards for me? Or do they really think that people will breach the defenses so fast that they need to have like 10 people standing around with Gatling guns at all times? That is admittedly how every single facility I've ever looked at works. But it's weird. It still gets weird regardless.
May I help you?
You don't look like much of a fighter. It's just a distressing thing to say. Can I ask you a few questions? They didn't respond. Tell me about yourself.
I am Rhombus, head of the Paladins. I train those willing to learn.
Can you teach me some stuff?
Stuff? I could teach you how to fight, if you had any ability. But the High Elder decreed no training of new recruits until the threat of invasion passes.
What threat?
It is not my place to answer. See the High Elder if you wish.
Does he mean the super mutants that I don't know about yet, technically? Like, I, as the player, know about them because I've seen multiple timelines and they have transferred that data to me via morphogenetic fields, but my character doesn't experience that because he couldn't leave prison, so we had to rewind. Oh, come on, please.
No.
Pretty, please?
Do you not hear? I will not say it again!
Okay. He didn't like me, which is just... Oops.
All right. Explain yourself, initiate.
I'm new here and I don't know my way around.
Then leave, and I will forget this little incident.
Thank you, bye. Did his smile come back? Did I just improve my reputation with him by intruding on his room? Because he was mad at me from me being rude earlier, and then he seemed to ascend into a higher plane of regard of me. Yeah, there was the "don't go in my room," but it was like I'd already clicked at that point, so I couldn't stop it in time. I usually get to just wander. I should start a quick save before and start saving frequently before I piss somebody off and they start shooting me. Hello. You must be the outsider initiate. Nice to meet you. What can I do for you? Who's the leader of this organization? That would be the Council of Elders. More specifically, the High Elder Maxon. The Elders make all the major decisions around here. If you need to speak with them, you'll find them on the 4th floor. So what do you do? I'm the Senior Paladin, Rhombus's right-hand man. We're in charge of the Paladins and Knights. Right now I'm supervising training exercises. We're getting ready for anything. You getting ready for what? There are rumors of a large force moving around in the mountains and desert. With the missing caravans and these rumors, we're just playing it safe. Okay, thanks. It's definitely the super mutants, which is what we determined was what was taking care of the caravans. Did I ever determine how that was the truth, though? I'm trying to remember. I feel like that came up earlier, and like I was confused how because my character just confidently declared it was definitely the super mutants, and not like the death claws or any other stuff that I saw. Because we were originally suspecting it was death claws, I think, or other raiders, and then I think we found that a super mutant had been killed by a death claw. But I was still kind of unsure how I was so sure about that. Let's see. I was considering getting energy weapon, right? Didn't I get some points into that? 28%. Not really. I thought I had. I must have forgotten. Maybe. Hello, brother. How can I help you? Can you heal me? So I guess this is the doctor. Barter. They do barter. Do they have money? No. They have 2 stim packs. I would like your stim packs, please. $138. This is like weird fruit, isn't it? Would you like some weird fruit? $20. Not the best. That rifle's too much. Wompity womp womp. Full metal jacket. Well then fine, I'm taking back my fruit then. That's only 1 unit of gun ammo. Not the best trade ever. But I have limited inventory space. So take the trades when you can. What do you do for our Brotherhood? Oh, nothing quite as glorious as our paladins. I just run the supply room, checking equipment and other supplies out to people. I'd like to check out something. How do I do that? You need to have the proper authorization. Only specific people can give authorization to check out items from the supply room. Who do I need to talk to then? Well, there are quite a few people actually, but Talus is the person you should probably talk to. You might also want to check with Mathia? She might be able to help you too. Where do I find Mathia? Mathia is Maxon's assistant. She's technically the High Elder's assistant, but she works with all the other elders. She's normally in the Elder's room. It's located on the 4th floor. And where's Talus? Why, he's in the training room to my left. Thanks. Can I go in there? It looks very guarded. Oh, your left. That's Matheson. I'm not allowed to go in there. Who's that? Senior Scribe. The old people. When I played Fallout 3, that was like the moment of like, wow, am I back in Oblivion now? When I saw the people in robes. What a world to be in. There's a decent area locked off there. Will you guys let me use the elevator? Oh my god, just use the elevator. Why is this hard? I just want to get in the elevator. Why is it? Shouldn't be this hard. Can you go in? There we go. Fuck. Hello. This game has a heaping dose of not really having the contextual prompt of like, you know what I mean? What do you think I want to do, game, when I click here? What do you think? I'll give you 3 guesses. Should be the first guess, honestly, but the first guess the game makes is wrong. Knight, Scribe, Instructor for the Brotherhood Initiates. Scribes. I'm an initiate. Is it time to take my class? To join the Brotherhood of Steel? More like the Brotherhood of Stolen Glory, am I right? Apparently I can't just join this class. They're called the Brotherhood of Steel because they steal everything they have. Alright. One of these doors has to be a thing I'm allowed to do. Hello. You should see the doctor. Is that the doctor? I'm irradiated, apparently. You should be more careful. Go. Cool. I am unirradiated. I thought I was not irradiated. Oh well. Now I'm definitely not radiated because the doctor checked me out. Maybe I like wasn't bad enough for it to be bad, but I still had like points on some invisible meter somewhere because I don't think that it's measured anywhere. There is a Geiger counter in this game, though. But I'd have to be able to carry it. Hi there. You must be Brother Zane. I'm you, not me. You must be Brother Zane, the new initiate from the outside. My name's Jerry. I'm your new roommate. I'm an initiate too. I've been studying so hard. Are you an initiate knight or scribe? It just occurred to me that guy was, I was like, I'm irradiating. Like, you should be more careful, you dumb McDumbhead. And it's like, you guys sent me to a suicide pit full of nuke. You did that. It was that mission. Knight or scribe? Probably a scribe, because I'm not a very good fighter. Yeah. Scribes have such a creative position. It would be great to think up new weapons, modify old ones, and keep records of every detail of every item in the Brotherhood. Am I boring you? Some say I talk a lot, but I just don't think they understand. I just have a lot to say. Now, actually, as a result of the relatively restrictive interface for dialogue in this game, none of you talk that much. Pretty much get through like one screen worth, like 1.5 screens worth of text at maximum before I respond or something. No, not at all. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I'm glad you'll be my new roommate. My last one was always wore earplugs. I don't know why. Anyway, feel free to leave anything you like here. I don't take up much space. Do you want the top bunk? I'll change if you want. You don't snore, do you? Oh, it doesn't matter. See ya. I don't like top bunks. I guess I don't like bunk beds in general. I don't want to climb up to a bunk and be like weirdly up in the air, but I also don't want the weight of a bunk being like above my head. That's like weirdly distressing. Nope. This is more shit that you just take and then go back and sell for stim packs. Ha! That's the good shit. Guess that's it for this floor. And at least for now. This place is gonna be a lot to keep track of, but we'll try. Hello. There are so many guards just everywhere. I'm allowed to go in here? Scribe. Vree and Sophia. Greetings. I have not seen you here before. Are you lost? May I be of service? I'm looking for Vree. It's just right there. Could you direct me to the library? This is the library. Here we keep records of all technical data on weaponry and technology, and of course, the history of the Brotherhood. Is this the place where I would find hollow discs? We have many hollow discs here in the library. They are divided between history, technology, and weapon design. I would like to see a hollow disc on the Brotherhood's history. Well, it's good to see someone interested in our great history. Unlike others around here, here you go. This is a disc of some of our earliest writings. I don't care about this crap. Thanks for you just asked for it, dumbass. Thank you. Sometimes the aggressive response is just like RNG, where you're like, what is this even a reaction to? What was the point? What are you even going for? A disc that Sophia gave you. They don't like hold on to like what it's specifically contains. Downloading from disk, you gain 100 experience. You can just put them on your... Damn it. Those ones I was carrying around for a while, I could have just put them onto my Pip-Boy. Or not? Oh, Sophie. What? Oh, these are video archives. Those are the cutscenes that played throughout the game. Okay. This is data. Wait, I've put stuff here before, haven't I? And then but it's gone? Did I die or something? Maybe? The exodus from the accursed base was a trying time for the men and their families. While there was no radioactive fallout to contend with, they were... Oh, those two things I got... Yeah, that wasn't me using it. So, yeah, I've never used a data disk before. I just remember that those were both in the evil base that I got kidnapped in. That's when I read something from this. But yeah, next time I go to the hub, I should grab those two discs and then use them and put them in my Pip-Boy so I can read them finally. The exodus from the accursed base was a trying time for the men and their families. While there was no radioactive fallout to contend with, they were frequently beset by the fallout of humanity. Boom, the real monsters. Roving bands of psychotic marauders attempted several attacks on that noble group. The company itself was in no danger, for they wore the armor of power. Members of their families were not so lucky. Once the vermin found out that they were easily repelled, they began to fire on the unarmed civilians from a distance. They took a great many casualties, yet for every member of the Exodus that was struck down in this way, our noble brethren took 2 lives from the wasteland. Finally, the forefathers came to the safety of the bunker. Captain Maxson, the great deliverer, decreed this to be our new home, and all was well. In the fullness of time, the bunker became our home, our temple, and our salvation from the terrors of the outside world. We began to build and shape our fortress into something glorious, the beauty of which the technologically bereft world has never been seen before. Yet there were those who sought still more. These restless souls demanded we look to the southeast for the advanced technology that was supposedly housed there. Captain Maxson warned these impetuous youths that the research facility was doubtlessly destroyed when we were spared, but they would not hear his words. They took their sanctified armor and headed off to find their holy grail, but not before they spoke the deliverer's name in vain, questioning his very bravery. These men were never heard from again. Oh geez. Did that name come up? I wish I could tell what the names were in the other documents. The southeast. Well, that's the glow, right? The glow is the southeast. They spoke up against the Maxson and they were never heard from again. Wow. It's a really fucking somber ending to your little intro about your history of your nation. Being like, yeah, we have like a great leader, and somebody was like, you're not so cool, and they're like, fuck you, die, and now they're gone. Good history. Can you tell me about the Brotherhood's history? I gave you the disc with some of our early writings on it. Just load it into your Pip-Boy 2000 and you'll be able to read it. What do you do here? I am Vree's assistant. What is it you do as Vree's assistant? My area of specialty is the Brotherhood's history. It seems that some people around here have forgotten the importance of our history. What could be more important than history? Vree seems to think that the research of our new weaponry and information gathered from mutant autopsies is more important than our history. She has forgotten that our history is a vital part of our lives. It has gotten so bad that many of the new initiates don't even know who Roger Maxson is, or what exactly he did for us. I agree that history is important, but new technology and better weapons is what I'm looking for. You need to speak with Vree about things of that nature, who has apparently wandered off. They were standing right next to you a second ago, and now they're gone. I didn't realize I was making a choice, though. I thought I would... Can I not get the other data discs, please? Am I allowed to just go on this? You see a computer... Oh, you're denied access to this terminal. What if... Hear me out here. I was given access. You failed to learn anything. Interesting way to phrase that. None of... Oh, that's Vree.
Greetings. It's a fine day for learning. Can I help you?
Just a very uncanny valley face and a spike of volume at me. I know you're the master scribe, but what does that mean?
I record the knowledge of our ancestors for future generations.
Something about that sentence made it seem like you were going to keep talking. Interesting. That means you know your stuff.
Yes, I guess you could say I know stuff.
I don't like how I'm being baited into these things where people are going to mock my phrasing when I'm supposed to have like a maximum intelligence stat.
What can I help you with?
How can I prevent radiation poisoning? This seems to be in my recent list of problems.
You would need some anti-radiation drugs. I have some. Take these immediately if you think you're near radiation.
Thank you. She has a ponytail, I noticed. She gave me no radiation drugs. Or maybe she gave me those ones? The text feed doesn't say. It's very selective in what it chooses to communicate, and acquiring and losing items is not on the list, surprisingly.
What can I help you with?
I'd like to know more about the weapons we make here.
Speak to the knights. Ask them to show you one of the latest laser pistols I designed.
Got another question.
Go ahead.
I heard something about hollow discs. How can I read them?
Use your Pip-Boy 2000 to read the discs. Insert the disc into the reader. If you have the proper computer skills, you should be able to scan the data.
Where can I learn the computer skills?
The Brotherhood has some automated courses that you can take. Here, I'll show you.
You're gonna show me? Whoa! This is the terminal to learn the basics of computer operations. Or use this terminal. Not this is the terminal. The lesson is finished in 6 hours. You feel exhausted. Did I actually get better at it? I did! I gained 30%? I'm at 151% science. I can hack the world now. I can hack the planet. I can hack your mind.
What can I help you with?
What's causing all the mutations?
Between the nuclear and biogenic weapons used in the war, it's surprising we don't have more mutations. However, if we can hold out, everything will be okay.
Why do you say that?
All the mutants I've studied have been sterile. They can't breed with another creature. If we could clean up the mutation sources, we should be able to simply outlive the mutants.
So that's why they're making them all in a vat. Seems like a bad plan. It is us, the new race, that will rule the world because we're superior. So superior that we can't self-replicate. It's kind of like step one, honestly. That's the most grand scale cart before the horse I've ever heard. Interesting theory. Any proof?
Here, take this holodisk. It's got copies of my autopsies on mutant corpses. It clearly shows that no mutant could possibly reproduce successfully.
Are corpses the best way to know? I honestly don't know how you even look into that. I can ask something else?
Go ahead. Use your Pip-Boy to...
Yeah, there's nothing else. Hello? Hello? 100 more XP. And important story. World stuff. Vree's experiment tape. Initial observations. This is truly amazing. Some of the knights on a patrolling expedition came across an unusual creature. This creature appears to be humanoid, and quite possibly was once of a human state. However, there are many differences in the structure of this creature than that of normal humans. In the initial investigation of this creature, it is discovered that a cellular structure akin to that of humans. Before any possible decomposition can take place, I am taking down the statistics of this subject. Statistics of Subject A. Height, 3.2 blah blah blah, indeterminate gender. Skin color, predominantly gray with tints of green. Under the current lighting system, uncertain if this is due to decay or exposure in the wastelands. Note, the skin is extremely tough with respect to scalpels. More stats. Cellular structure. Cells undergo cellular division at an increased rate. Mitosis occurs at a rate of 15% quicker than that of normal humans. Cellular structure appears to be highly similar to humans. Genetic structure shows a strong correlation between the subject and Homo sapiens. Possible a mutation from the nuclear and biochemical agents remnant from the war. DNA strands appear to be very complete. All recessive genes for ailments appear to have been eradicated from the system. The RNA strands also appear to have been manipulated to allow for greater transmission of signals. Initial hypothesis. Based on the increased size of the neurotransmitters and synaptic receivers, I would hypothesize that the subject had acute reflexes and heightened senses. Based on the reports the Knight gave of the area in which the subject was discovered, barren, high radiation, extremely high concentrations of chemical agents. It is a wonder the subject survived as long as it did. Performing tests to determine possible cause of death. Results from tests conducted upon Subject A. Visual inspection. Black powder burns near the area, suggest possible bullet. 1.2 centimeter lacerations upon the calf of the right leg appear to have been made by teeth. We'll conduct tests for possible rabies. Skin dried out and flaking. Possible exposure. Test results. Radiation count 12 rads. Rabies test clean. Bunch of that. Phase shifting virus clean. Hello? What you just say? Oh, is that what makes the Nightborn or whatever what they are? The Nightkin. Severe overdose on forced evolutionary virus 2. Hypothesis. Based on my observations, I would hypothesize that the test subject has been killed in a severe fight of at least 2 people and 3 animals the size of dogs. Could you count how many different... I mean, they're just bites. Were you able to tell from the dental records? Like the bite marks, how many separate types of, separate dogs bit him? It's a bit much. If based on your observations you mean you read the field report of who killed him. What is truly astonishing is the extent of viral infection on the subject. I had read once that some pre-war scientists were conducting experiments with such a virus, but all the research notes were destroyed. Should we be worried about the virus going to the dogs? Research of the virus had led to many interesting discoveries. The test subject had gained many of its mutations from overdose of the virus. This would account for the enhanced muscle and bone structure. Additionally, the recessive genes, which are commonly found in humans, have been manipulated in such a way as to bring about the best possible combination. While the process by which it's not the best possible combination if they can't breed. While the process by which this happens is uncertain, it does have some severe side effects. Chief among them is sterility. Yeah. The test subject would have been unable to reproduce with any creature, whether clean or mutated. Other side effects include an alteration of pigment of the epidermis. The life expectancy is increased by 10%, intellect is decreased by the strain by 30%. Then how is it the best possible combination? How is it the best possible combination of genes if it fucks with their intellect, the specific thing that humans are supposed to be? It's like the redeeming quality, basically. And also they can't breed. Conclusions. Based on this information, I would extrapolate that we could simply outlive these mutants. However, based on the fact that these mutants have a super high concentration of the virus, it stands to reason that there could be some place which is creating them. As to where they could be, where they could be? Yeah, it is they. It does say they, but it feels like I should say that. I cannot hazard a guess. So that's important. And I can hazard a guess. No, I can't, actually. I've been there before, but in a different timeline, and I don't know how I got there. Well, I know how I got there. I don't know how you'd get there. Unless we all want to get kidnapped by that guy, who's dead now. So so yeah, I don't know how to get there, as it turns out.
What can I help you with? Speak to the knight.
There's no stop talking to me option. You just have to like ask a question at that point. Even if we've already hit the point where like, oh shit, nope, there's nothing new to say here. Well, that's important. Super mutants are fucked. And yet they're in every game. Something must change. Or they really are just continually being created forever, and nothing's gonna change about that. Across the entire country, too. Because all the gimmick from game to game, at least the later ones, is that each one takes place in a different part of the United States. To the point where the two fan-made games that I might get to at some point are also both named after locations. Are they called Fallout Nevada and California? Maybe? I forget. I have them on a list somewhere. There's a fan-made... There's like a fan-made like New Vegas mod, I think, or 4 mod or something that's supposed to be like in the style of what they hoped those games would be. And then there's I think Fallout Nevada is a game that's a modded version of like Fallout 2 or something. So it's in this style. Ah, so you're the new initiate. Welcome aboard. What can I do for you? Who are you and what do you do here? I'm Paul, head of energy weapon development. What kind of energy weapons? Laser, plasma, you name it, I've built it. At least I've rebuilt it. Any chance I could get one? You'd have to see Michael to be issued a weapon. He can't authorize you for one, though. For that, you would have to see Talus. So I actually need to see Talus is what I should have said. Alright, where can I find that? I'll just find them anyway. I won't remember the directions because I'm just systematically exploring. Bree told me I could see a new weapon. Yeah, the latest in handheld laser technology. He takes a small pistol from a work table and hands it to you. What kind of damage will this do to a person? In the hands of a skilled warrior, it could cut a person in half. The beam will shear flesh faster than you can run your fingers through sand. Can I keep this one? That one won't do you much good. It's still lacking the lens as an amplifier. He takes the pistol back from you and puts it on the work table. If you really want one, go talk to Talus or Michael. Alright, well this whole showing me of a weapon didn't amount to much. I just have to believe the text that I saw a gun somehow, but I have no idea what it looked like or if anything was impressive about it. It's just like, there's a gun. It's gone now. Can I ask you some more questions? There's actually nothing else to ask. So you're the one, huh? What? Nothing. Just that no one ever has made it back from the Ancient Order. What? Why'd they send me down there? Guess they just wanted to get rid of you, huh? Joke's on them. Well, the only reason I joined was to get some power armor. I'll give you this armor right here, but it's missing its systolic motivator. It's useless without it. Where could I get one of those? Well, they've got more than enough up in the supply room, but Michael and his damn forms say that this particular suit isn't up to specs. Damn bureaucrats. What do you mean up to specs? You see this eyepiece right here? I had to solder it in place. And it don't look as pretty as it needs to for inspection, I guess. So if I brought you a systolic motivator, would you fix it for me? Whoa, wait a minute there, fella. That would take a good couple of hours. I'll loan you a manual and my tools, but you'd have to repair it yourself. Well, besides Michael, where else could I get one? Well, Rhombus has a couple of them. I wouldn't ask him for one, though. Only the honored are supposed to wear these here power suits. Besides, I think he has an unnatural attachment to them. Okay, thanks a lot. Just gotta steal it with my incredible stealth and stealing skills. Uh-oh. But I should be able to repair it. My repair skill is 96. Should be pretty good. God, I'm still 10,000 XP from leveling. Jeez. At this point in the series, wasn't the level cap like 20, like in D&D? I have a long way to go. Which is funny, because it feels like the, it feels like we've gotten really far in the story at this point. So it's a bit of a surprise to me. But at the same time, yeah, I'm seeing stuff that crushes me, so that would imply that I need to be able to be a lot stronger. But I'm guessing power armor is that milestone? If I get power armor and a big gun, maybe an energy weapon or something, probably gonna handle more. Or if nothing else, it would mean being able to have good defenses and also carry a lot. Maybe does power armor augment your? I mean, it's not. I mean, it's like an exoskeleton. Isn't that the point? Is to increase your strength. So I'll at least be able to carry a lot of grenades, which I'm good at throwing, but they're hard to come across in good quantities. I need to find wherever that grenade was I used on the death claws. Whatever kind of grenade that was, and wherever I got it, I just need to go there a lot. Get a bunch of those, I can beat anything. Those things were devastating. The hard part's not killing my dog and everyone else with it. Are you lost? Nobody wants to be my friend. Is it because of my personality? Because fair. I believe your quarters are on level 2. You dumb bitch. I'd appreciate some privacy. Hello. Hi. One person's like chill with it. I think that's it for here for now. But we got some lore, and we got a hint at our power armor. That guy's wearing a blue suit. That means he's important. That's Maxon. That's the guy that if you talk trash about him, you fucking die apparently. So my character might curb his tendencies for once because he's been forewarned about how that goes via that document. Hey, I read about your history and how you disappear people, so that's kind of fucked up. Seems like a great organization to be in. Definitely not gonna just grab the power armor and fucking leave and never come back. You know my name? Brother Zane. He knows my name already. Am I just famous for getting pranked and then surviving the prank that was supposed to kill me? Because, like, that's... what a way to get through this game. How did everyone else join this organization? Since they apparently send me on suicide missions. How many other people have been sent on suicide missions? This room looks abandoned. And notably empty. I was hoping to get some reveals. Snooping around on various computers is how I found out a major piece of information in Fallout 4. And then I was very mad at the game because that game is poopy butthole, and it fucking wouldn't let me use any of the information I found, which was like important. It was like a revelation, like, oh fuck, they're doing what? And then I couldn't talk to anyone about it or confront anyone or affect the story in any way based on it. It's like, well then why the fuck, why'd you even make this game? Why'd you even put that information in a findable place if I can't in any way do anything with that information with any NPCs? That should have absolutely been like, oh fuck, quest log updated, confront dude about thing, question mark? But instead the game was like, yeah, they're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Hello, Initiate. So you are the one who made it out of the Ancient Order alive. And who are you? My name is Mathia. I am officially Maxon's assistant. But I am also here to make sure no one messes with the old man. They want to barter with me? What do you do as Maxon's assistant? I take care of the paperwork, which is why I'm wearing power armor. He could not do paperwork to save his life. Also, if he clears a weapons upgrade for one of the brothers, I process the order. Okay. Nice meeting you.
Hello, youngster. Cabot said you wanted to talk. Look, I'm pretty stacked up right now, so I'll help you out as long as you don't start flapping your gums too much. You know outsiders are like that, always jawing. Kinda like me, huh?
Maybe you can tell me. Everyone here seems to be on edge. It's like you're getting ready for a war, but no one knows with who.
Well, the merchants from the hub told us a bunch of caravans disappeared on their way up north. I think there's an army in the mountains, but the elders, they don't want to act until they're sure.
I have found proof that this is the army which is causing that disappearance of the caravans. It is an army of mutants. You have good reason to be worried. They look very formidable.
Then you understand the problem. To survive, we need someone who knows the outside, like you.
Yeah, why don't you have that in your society at all? They really do just hide away, even though they're like they need the outside world to do stuff, don't they? These aren't even that many caps, honestly. But sure, for 1,000 caps, I'll check out what's going on up north.
Well, how about nothing? Guards, kick this fool out. By God, we'll defend the Brotherhood without your damn help.
That was a strong reaction. It's a very strong reaction. Jesus. It's like a few guns worth of ammo, basically. How much ammo do I have? 6,500 caps. I'm just some dude. I can't even fight half the shit around here, and I have that much money. That was a very strong reaction. Am I just permanently kicked out of the Brotherhood just like that? We don't want your kind here. Alright, well that's not a very interesting outcome. Let's maybe go back on this one. Jesus Christ. I didn't even insult him. I just tried to commerce with him. This game and its fucking fail states are a bit extreme, aren't they? At this point, I desperately need things to not pan out like that.
Hello, young. Well, a merchant, then you understand the problem.
I'll go scout out the area north.
Good. Anything else you need to ask?
Did I get some better weapons?
Well, I suggest you talk to my assistant, Mathia, about that.
Okay. That went bad so fast, like holy shit, power fist. What is a ripper? What the fuck? Sniper rifle, rocket launcher, laser pistol, power fist, ripper. Let's see. Fallout Mathia wiki. I can probably get like a list of the items and have some context for this. What are the categories of these weapons? Okay, sniper rifle. It's called... The DKS 501 sniper rifle is a long-range projectile small gun featured in Fallout 1 and 2. What? Strength required 5. God damn it. Let's see. Rocket launcher is a big gun. Laser pistol is a energy weapon, obviously, yeah. Power fist is an unarmed weapon. And a ripper is a melee. Oh, the ripper is a chainsaw. Okay. I'm like, is this gonna be like a buzzsaw launcher? Don't I already have a laser pistol? That's not very exciting. But a rocket launcher I shouldn't be able to use. But a sniper rifle having an obscene range is kind of fun. It does 14 to 34 damage and uses .223 full metal jacket. Okay, yeah, I just checked it. The power armor, when I get it, will give me +3 strength. Okay. So I should probably ask... It's doing the thing. Alright, and click on the window somewhere. Nope. Okay. I should probably pick the sniper rifle, because it's a small arms gun, which I'm good at. And then when I get the power armor, I'll actually be able to use it effectively. There you go. Glad you are on our side, Initiate. Is it in my inventory? It is. What happens when my carry capacity is, like, bad? So I can carry 70. How much do I have now? Is that the other screen? You have to go to, like, a different screen for that? Total weight 70. Okay, 77. So the game, if you carry too much via quest rewards, it just stacks on top of your other shit and just goes for it. Okay. I need to sell... I mean, I guess I just gotta get power armor and then I can commit to, .223 full metal jacket. Hey, that's the sniper rifle ammo. Right? Oh, they're listed here and there. 10 to 16, 14 to 34. I'm sure it requires more AP to fire because it's a sniper rifle, but that's some high damage. That makes it more armor proof, which should be good. Alright, let's put it back in here though. I gotta offload some of the stuff, but also if I can get more strength, I'll be good. So I gotta get that power cell. Otherwise, when I choose to go out into the world, I'm probably gonna want to go to the hub to drop off my gear. So that's what I've been using as a stash. Or I can come up with a stash here. I don't know what I'd be allowed to use though. I guess I have a dorm, don't I?
What the hell do you want now?
I need to ask you some questions.
Sure.
Do you know anything about the Deathclaw?
No, just another stupid rumor. Some people say it's a huge fanged monster, and others say it's a vampire.
So even you guys don't know what the Deathclaws are. You guys just aren't that aware of your world.
Yeah, fire away.
What's the Brotherhood's main purpose?
Our main goal is to survive. The scribes copy old plans for weapons or design new ones, and the knights make guns from them. Most guns come from us. Sure.
Who are the elders?
Well, you see, there's 4 of them. And that's about all they can ever agree on. They can't even agree if they want to piss, much less pick a pot to piss in.
Thank you.
Then get out. I have work to do.
Not the friendliest man. I literally just like asked for compensation for helping, and they're like, get the fuck out of here. Quest line over. You're never gonna interact with the Brotherhood and steal this entire game now. Like, sir, no. I can just walk in here. Nobody even stops me. It's like, sir, no, I really need that power armor in order for my build to work out. Like, I'm kind of in trouble. Greetings, Initiate. I need to speak with you. He motions for you to come closer. About what? There's an urgent matter I need you to help me with. It's Maxon. We're pretty sure he's gone off the deep end. He keeps babbling about an army massing to the north. I'm not willing to send our troops up there into possibly irradiated areas unless I've got absolute proof that this army exists. I need someone who isn't a friend of the old man. Someone I can get an honest report from. Are you willing to check the northern region? Yeah? Already agreed to. Can you both pay me? Can anyone pay me? Good. First go talk to Maxon if you haven't already. Report back to me when you've checked the northern territory. After that, we'll decide what to do with Maxon. Wish me luck. What to do with him? You guys are just going for it, huh? Vree's been making some very disturbing discoveries. What if Maxon is right about the army in the north? So they're not individuals. They all work as like being one person that repeats 4 times, basically. Well, alright. We have our Brotherhood objective. Still trying to figure out how to get that Brotherhood armor, though.